Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. Should have been posted on June 17th, but here we are on June 18th. As you know, you can check out the socials. Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. The website is live. Let's get into the news. That scumbag Logan Paul has announced the date and location, revealed it on his podcast, of SummerSlam. SummerSlam will be taking place in Cleveland, Ohio, August 3rd. I wonder how that's going to do, because it's Cleveland, Ohio. And some sad news, WCW personality Jackie Crockett has passed away. He was served as the lead cameraman for Jim Crockett Promotions, his father's company. He joined WCW, worked all the way up until the last episode of Nitro. He holds a strong place in his history, mainly because his last name is Crockett, with Jim Crockett and his brother Davey Crockett. Like, dude's a legend in his own way. We're losing people left and right, and it kind of just sucks. The Forbidden Door event, AEW has plans. It looks like they will be using CMLL and Stardom this time around, possibly still using New Japan, but I like this mix of now adding in the Mexican talent and adding in the Joshis from Stardom. Will Ospreay, excuse me, says to not give up on New Japan, even though they've lost Okada and they've lost Ospreay and they've lost Jay White. There are many top names there that are going to be the new breed of superstar in New Japan. You have Zack Sabre Jr. is probably going to become the top star. You got Gabe Kidd and Alec Coughlin and Clark Connors and Yoti Shuji and Shota Umino. New Japan is going to be fun, and Jack Perry is now working over there. They're going to be just fine. The allure of going to the WWE has kind of failed. They tried to sign Ospreay, Okada, Jay White, and Mercedes Moné, and all failed. And you can't sign people anymore just by being the WWE and saying, hey, you want to wrestle at WrestleMania? No, it doesn't work anymore. There's so much more. Like, the reason these people sign with AEW is because they can pursue outside ventures that won't be specifically handled by the WWE. In the case of Okada and Ospreay, they don't have to move to the United States. Like, there's more going on now, and there you have to do more to sign these big names. WWE is working with Josh Mardant and his Bloodsport promotion, in combination with also GCW, that'd be Game Changer Wrestling, Bloodsport 10. The first participant announced for the event will be Shayna Baszler herself, making her debut. This is going to be phenomenal. The Bloodsport 10 will be taking place during WrestleMania week. That Thursday, what's that? April 4th. This is going to be good. And there will be multiple talents added to the show from the WWE. I'm curious. I am very curious. TNA has removed a superstar from the page. That will be one Bully Ray, who's no longer part of the roster, which essentially means he's no longer part of the company. He came back, did his time, put in the work, helped put people over, and on his way out. On the injury side of things, and we got a couple from the opposite of last week where we didn't have much. So Commander injured his hand. So he couldn't compete on Collision. He got injured in his match against Bryan. Keith, the legend, LA Park, WCW icon, suffered a serious injury following just a mishap that happened at a wrestling event. Hope he does well. Anthony Henry, he broke his jaw against Brian Keith. Sorry, the LaPark, not the LaPark. Yeah, it wasn't against Brian Keith, but Anthony Henry will be out for a period of time. There has been a GoFundMe set up for Psychosis to help pay for his hip surgery, so you can contribute to that. Darby Allin is out. He was supposed to climb Mount Everest, but he has a broken foot, so this injury will stop him from climbing Mount Everest. And Drew McIntyre is suffering from legitimate hearing issues. We'll see what happens with that, as all this goes back to the chamber. And Asuka suffered an injury over the weekend at SmackDown, so she was seen not putting any weight on her leg at a live event. Hopefully this does not hamper the WrestleMania plans for the Kabuki Warriors, but that is the news, and we should be right back. All right, folks, let's dive into the week in review. We are, of course, starting off with Monday Night's Raw. What happened on Raw? We got the WrestleMania card is starting to take shape. Challenges have been thrown out. Challenges will be accepted later in the week. So, Raw starts again with Drew McIntyre, who's just once again on top of his game. The crowd tried to chant him. And he said, if you're happy that I put out CM Punk, say what? And they stopped. Drew is just on a beam right now, but this boils down to Seth telling Drew that he is not worried about him, which sucks. Seth should be worried about Drew. We got hype packages throughout the night for the Gauntlet match. Becky Lynch defeated Liv Morgan in a really good match. I wanted Liv to win this match. I really wanted Liv to win this match. Rhea comes out afterwards and tells Becky why Becky keeps fighting. You have to keep proving to yourself that you're better than me. And when you inevitably lose, you're going to have this as an excuse. Case in point, we'll get to something a little bit later in the evening, which proves Rhea's point. And the fans are still backing Rhea, which is kind of getting to Becky. Becky says when she's down, she's better, but when the war is against her, she's great. It's a good story. It's a good story. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce announced a six-pack ladder match for WrestleMania for the tag team titles. The Judgment Day aren't happy about it and will deal with Truth, who shouldn't even have been at Raw. He should have been on media tour with The Miz. I think they can use this as a way to split the tag team titles. Just have one team grab the Raw titles and another team grab the SmackDown titles. It just makes sense. Yeah. For me, The Way defeated Ivy Now and Maxine Dupree after Candice pulled a Christian Cage on Maxine. So we got a slow heel turn for Candice LeRae. Indy gets a W, and we're building some character with Maxine Dupree. It's good. We had an in-ring interview with Cody. Look, Cody's got this babyface thing down pat. We don't need to rehash his interview. He shed some tears. He hyped up his story and why winning the championship is very important to him. In the back, as Becky and Becky and Liv were shaking hands, Nia attacked both of them and then put Becky through a table. So even though when Becky wins, she can't win, and even when Nia loses, she still wins. Nia has been presented amazingly since her return. The Kabuki Warriors retained the Women's Tag Team Championships over Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. They are just knocking out all challengers. They defeated Katana and Kaden to win and then retain the belts. They defeated Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxton in NXT. They just defeated Shayna and Zoe, who is left. The Judgment Day are intrigued by Andrade. And then Priest defeated Truth. Priest tried to get some help from Regeneration X, but they couldn't do anything because that damn numbers game, and the Judgment Day ended up beating up everybody. Becky Lynch challenged Nia to a last man standing match, which will be going down tonight, and Jay challenges his brother to a match at WrestleMania. And the final match of the evening, we had the Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders Gauntlet match. The winner gets to face Gunther at WrestleMania. So we start with Ricochet, we started with JD McDonagh and Ricochet. Ricochet defeated McDonagh. The Bronson Reed defeated Ricochet, and the Sami Zayn defeated Bronson Reed, and then he defeated Shinsuke and ended up defeating Chad Gable in a really good back portion of this gauntlet. Gable's shoulders were clearly up on the mat, and then there was another time when Gable had a 3 count, but the ref had to reposition, and that took a whole 2 seconds away from Gable winning this match. I want to see where they go with this, because I think Gable might still end up being added to the match. Over on Dynamite, we had big business. This was just a top show for the week gets a thumbs up. Raw had got a fist, but Big Business gets a thumbs up. Why? Because we opened up with the CEO. Mercedes Moné is all elite. She got a hero's welcome, and she did the typical promo. She put over AEW. She put over her history of wrestling, her passion for wrestling, how it saved her life. Eddie Guerrero, you know, who's her favorite wrestler like me, who is her influence, that she put over the women's division, and more importantly, that she's going to wrestle in AEW. She's going to wrestle in New Japan, and also the fact that she's going to be paying attention to the main event, which will be Willow Nightingale versus Riho. Couldn't have gone any better. Samoa Joe says he will repay all debts owed, because he remembers what happened the last time he and Wardlow were in the ring. Remember, Wardlow beat Joe bad. We had story time with Adam Cole, who hyped up Wardlow, and then Joe retained, choking out Wardlow. Both men looked good here. This was a bunch of big, meaty men slapping man meat. Swerve tried to charge Joe and tried to get through security, but it didn't work. This seemed out of character for Swerve, because Swerve has always been presented as smart and not letting his emotions get involved. So this was a slight misstep for me. The Elite talk about their friendship with Okada, and then the Elite defeated Okada, Pac, and Penta. Everybody looked good here. Ospreay's looking forward to his match with Bryan Danielson. He'll prove that he is the best. Deonna Purrazzo will find a partner to face Toni Storm and Mariah, because she is not done with them. Jay White defeated Darby Allin. This was always going to happen, because, you know, Darby was supposed to be leaving to go climb Mount Everest, but Jay White gets a solid, clean win. And then the Bang Bang Gang acts like they're helping Darby, and then they beat him down. Then the Scissors Gang comes out. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Well, the Bang Bang Scissors Gang is no more. So yes, this match will probably be going down at Dynasty, where we will be unifying the AEW and the Ring of Honor Trios Championships. Jericho and Hook defeated the Gates of Agony. Kyle O'Reilly will go at it alone. Jericho then challenged Hook to a match. And in the main events, which I just absolutely adore, Willow Nightingale defeated Riho. This is so much fun. Julia Hart and Sky Blue attacked after the match, and Mercedes Moné made the save. This was all about that big business over on Impact. We had some storytelling. The show gets a fist. Ali retained the X Division Championship against Chris Sabin, who was really getting frustrated. So we'll see what's going on there. Josh Alexander says he will continue to prove that he's the best, and it's coming for Alexander Hammerstone. So Hammerstone proved that he couldn't beat him fair and square. Josh Alexander then beat Oleg. Proved his PCO wants a piece of Crazy Steve, because Crazy Steve says he is the best, and no man dead or alive can beat him right now. Of course, PCO is not merely just a man. Cass defeated Ace Austin, and Eric Young made the save after the match. Trust the system. They now have most of the gold, because Alicia Edwards does not have the women's championship, which I'm hoping they do put on her. AJ Francis defeated Joe Hendry after Rich Swann turned to join double AJ Francis. We had Soundcheck with Ash by Elegance. Our Angels was just swooning all over Ash. This was fine. The segment is really, really good. Spitfire, the team of Danny Luna and Jody Threat, our new Knockouts Tag Team Champions, won. I think this was the Sacrifice Fallout show, actually. And then after the match, Dr. Stills went to the announce desk and challenged Jordan Grace for a match for the Knockout Championship. In the main event, nicknamed the Speedball, Mike Bailey and Trent Seven defeated Steve Macklin and the Rascals, and the system leaves everybody laying. So trust the system. Over on SmackDown, we had an impromptu rock concert, and the heel music Hollywood Rock is officially back. WrestleMania is 3 weeks away, y'all. We had the rock concert in Memphis. It was just good. It went 20 minutes. It was just good. It was clean. It was, well, definitely wasn't clean, but it was fun. It was just dope. It was just really, really dope. Legado del Fantasma defeated the LWO to advance in the tag tournament. Yeah, this was always going to happen. LWO just loses matches. LA Knight challenged Styles to a match at WrestleMania, and AJ Styles attacked him and accepted. So there's one match down. Logan Paul wants an apology for Randy Orton and an opponent for WrestleMania, and Nick Aldis is like, I'm gonna give it to you. Nick Aldis has just been fantastic as the general manager of SmackDown. He's just really good. Jimmy Uso accepts Jay's challenge, so that's two matches now made for WrestleMania on SmackDown. Then Randy Orton defeated Grayson Waller. Theory caught a stunner. He sold the stunner a little bit awfully, and the stunner's supposed to pop him up to an RKO. Logan Paul will try to attack, and he will end up defending, thanks to Nick Aldis, the United States Championship against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. There you go. So that's 3 matches down. Dakota Kai says Damage Control runs SmackDown. Santos Escobar defeated Dragon Lee. Carlito tried to make the save after the match, and then Ray returned. He challenges Santos to a match for next week. I don't think that match is going to happen. They're going to end up facing each other at WrestleMania. The New Catch Republic team of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate defeated Pretty Deadly to advance in the tag title tournament. And Bayley versus Dakota Kai ended in the no contest as Damage Control attacked Bayley during the match, and Naomi tried to help but failed. And this was a fine SmackDown. That was cool. Over on Rampage, Orange Cassidy and Trent defeated the Dark Order team of John Silver and Alex Reynolds. I really need more for the Dark Order. There are a few teams in AEW originals that haven't won Tag Gold yet, and it kind of annoys me. The Dark Order is one of them. Best Friends, Private Party. When they were there, the Proud and the Powerful. I just need some of these squads to get some W's and build up. Angela Parker confronted Zach Knight before Ruby talked him down. Tony Storm and Mariah won a squash match, and Deanna's partner will be a Thunder Rosa. That will be a fun match. The tag title tournament brackets were announced for Dynamite Rampage Collision. So in round 1, the Young Bucks will face Private Party, and a wild card match will go down between the Best Friends and the Don Callis family team of Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher. On the other side of the bracket, Ricky Starks and Big Bill will face Top Flight, and in the wild card match, the Infantry will face House of Black, with the winner facing FTR. The Infantry will face House of Black on Collision. Takeshita defeated Commander, and in the main event, the Undisputed Kingdom defeated Top Flight in Action Andretti. Over on Collision, we had a solid follow-up to Big Business. So Bryan Danielson and Katsuyori Shibata just decided to go out there and have a 5-star match, because that's what they do. I absolutely love this. Danielson won the match. They showed respect to each other afterwards. Julia Hart retained the TBS Championship against Trish Adora under house rules, and the house rule was the loser could not be out for the main event match supporting their team, because remember, Trish Adora is also a part of the Infantry team of Captain Bravo and Sean Dean. Zach Knight says he'll fight Parker on his own terms. Dan Garcia defeated Lee Moriarty. This is a good showcase match for Dan Garcia. Keep up his momentum, but Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor can't keep having good matches and keep losing these matches. I need more. I want more for them. Pac defeated Aaron Solo, and then Pac tells Tony Khan he wants trouble because the bastard is Pac. Bryan Danielson says he is willing to do whatever it takes to win, and he knows that Ospreay won't. Claudio defeated Lance Archer by DQ after the Righteous attack. Danielson and Shibata made the save. Ruby talks Parker down. Like, yo, we gonna fight, but we just gotta do this smart. Colorado defeated Brian Keith, and the Undisputed Kingdom helped him celebrate. The main event match, the Infantry defeated the House of Black after Mark Briscoe interfered and caused the House of Black to lose. So it looks like we're not done with this. Give me my one-on-one match between Mark Briscoe and Malachi Black. And in the main event segment, Adam Copeland introduced Spike with the help of Mrs. Foley's baby boy and a certain monster. These guys had Barbie and Janice, and now he's got something. He screamed out that he'll make Christian say, I quit. Don't be surprised if Christian retains by using that recording. It's going down. It's probably going to happen. Our matches of the week from Raw: Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. This match showed why I think Liv Morgan needs to be pushed. The Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet number 1 contenders match from Dynamite: The Elite versus Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Penta El Zero Miedo. And of course from Dynamite, Willow Nightingale versus Riho. And from Collision, Bryan Danielson versus Katsuyori Shibata. I absolutely love how this match started out slow, with the technicalities and the submissions. Then we moved to the strikes and just built. Fantastic match. Our star of the week. This is a threefold. I can't just give it to Mercedes Moné. I got to give it to both. I got to give it to Mercedes Moné, the Infantry, for getting the biggest win of their career, and Liv Morgan for showing why she should be pushed. Those are my stars of the week. But that's our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This week we got coming up, we got a list, part 1 of the best women's wrestling matches since WrestleMania 20, part 1. We got a Flashback Friday. We've got the High Res Wrestling Podcast this Saturday, episode 168, the Ballad of Mercedes Moné. We got the High Res Wrestling Recap. We've got Wrestling Reddit. We've got a whole bunch of stuff, and something else that I'm working on for the channel that I came up with while I was really high. But that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Peace.